Hello, I'm Quirk, a trans and non-binary artist and photographer from upstate New York. I grew up in a family that celebrates Christmas in winter holiday seasons. I began as a teenager especially to not always resonate very well with it. Pieces from the Bible I understood to be not so for queer people, and also I just saw a lot of commercialization in the American celebration of Christmas, and I really struggled with both of those pieces. I also personally felt much more resonance in the solstice as a day of shifting and changing and to honor the cycles of the earth. Last year I was in a monastery down in Honduras for several months during the winter, including over the holiday season, and being in a different country, a different culture, and for the holidays just gave different perspective on its own, as well as being in a monastery helped very much shift away from the commercialization aspect and towards a more spiritual place that was what resonated more closely with me. One of the wonderful pieces about being in this queer affirming monastery, where they were open to that I am non-binary, was they helped me shift and heal some of the ways that I understood some of the stories from the Bible, and helped me reach different meanings that were more queer affirming. That was a piece of healing for me. One of the other things that was a realization there was the ways that Christmas can weave into a wider range of holiday celebrations. There are midwinter celebrations that are based on some pagan traditions from Europe hundreds of years ago, in which midwinter is the longest day of the year, and that's the day of gift giving, but it's a whole 7-day celebration. Christmas is usually about 3 or 4 days after solstice, and also people celebrate New Year's as the turn of the calendar year. Perhaps for me it might feel more resonant to kind of start a winter set of celebrations on the solstice, have Christmas be the day that is honoring family and friends in these cycles through giving and receiving gifts, but it's also just one of the days of the celebration of the winter holiday season. I also personally aim to find this year a place that I can go celebrate in spiritual ways with a group of queer affirming people back here in the States. Though my family is very spiritual and queer affirming, I also recognize the power of chosen spiritual community, chosen folks who uplift and celebrate the deepest truth of each person. That doesn't always have to be family. And so I just want to uplift and affirm that this holiday season there are opportunities to gather from around the world on Zoom. And so even if there's not something in your hometown, there may be other things, other ways to gather with people, whether you're an atheist, whether you're celebrating solstice or Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, like any of these, there are ways to gather with queer affirming people from around the country, around the world, and you are not alone. And I just want to uplift and cherish each of you. Just know that you are whole, you are you, and you are loved.